Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Welcome to another video of Unfiltered Mahi. You know, it's kind of funny, right? I met someone in school, in university, like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, right? And he like recognized me. He's like, "Yo, are you Mahi?" It's kind of crazy being recognized. Honestly, I'm not saying I'm famous, by the way. I'm not. You can see by the channel, right? The views is, alhamdulillah. But so like, anyways, right? So this person recognized me, and I was like, "Yeah, yo, what's up? Assalamu alaikum, whatever." And then he was like, Mahi, I think don't make the unfiltered videos on the main channel. Like, don't, like, keep them for the other channel, and be a little bit softer. He said something like along the lines of like, be a little bit softer when I record. Honestly, I agree with the second part. I should be, alhamdulillah, I'm changed now. The only reason why I was kind of harsh in my other videos is because I wasn't being myself. Like, this is how I regularly speak. I wasn't being myself in other videos, which is a big issue. It's a massive issue. But in this video, I want to speak about something that I was literally just reading about. This book. I'm not gonna say what the name is because just in case I don't want to spread non-Muslim books on this channel. Just in case I don't want to misguide someone, you have to have like some general sense of how Islamic beliefs work in order to, like, I recommend, if you're gonna read non-Muslim books, especially like the self-help books, well, they're beneficial, but you need to have a sense of like Islamic belief about like who controls what. Like, because some of these people, like, they say believe in yourself, and if you believe in yourself, apparently you'll just get the result like by itself, which is false. That's false. You can believe in yourself in order to do the action, but at the end of the day, the results come from Allah, right? And this is just literally one of the most basic fundamentals of Islamic belief that I didn't know a couple months ago, like 6 months ago, and most Muslims probably don't know, right? They fall for the believe in the like ourselves thing. So actually, this video is really about believing. It's about beliefs, because I'm actually reading about beliefs right now, right? And the way he explains beliefs, it's very interesting and it's very beneficial again. But there's the little parts of, like, you can say kufr or something, where like maybe this could be dangerous. Like this part, which is like, oh, if you believe in yourself, then you can just heal yourself by believing in yourself. Again, you can have a certain mindset towards something, right? Which then might your body might react to that mindset or that belief about something. But at the end of the day, the one who heals is Allah, right? If you've come to the conclusion that Allah is, He's the one who controls the dominion, right? This read Surah Mulk, for example, right? And He's the one who controls everything, which is true. He controls everything. Allah says in the Quran that there's not a single leaf that falls from a tree without His knowledge, without His will. So at the end of the day, everything is controlled by Allah. But what I want to say is, for example, and it's true, and this is gonna be a weird example, but if you have a thought about something that's something sexual in mind, your body's gonna react to that. Your body's gonna think it's real. Your body's gonna literally react. And I'm not gonna say anything else because this is a Muslim Islamic channel. Yeah, it's pretty insane. And I want to come on here and say why. If your body is gonna react to something imaginary, like, let's say you think of something like a filthy thought about someone, and your body reacts to that in whatever way you can think of. I'm not gonna say. If your body can react, then why are you putting yourself down like freaking crazy? I called you out. I called you out. You are putting yourself like down, like insane. So let me explain to you how some of the beliefs work, some of the beliefs that you have, and let me explain that because of certain beliefs that we hold, that equates to the certain worldview that we have. For example, I'll say my example. I was a kid. I was a kid who was kind of weird. Was kind of weird. I was a kid who was kind of loud as well. Like, I guess I was trying to be loud. I was a kid who loved attention. I wanted attention. I wanted to be validated by people. And specifically, when I was growing up, I had this very big need to be seen. Okay, to be seen. I had this very big need to I had this want to be seen. I had a belief about like, for example, like I had this belief that people wouldn't see me, like they wouldn't recognize me, or they don't like. This is why I do what I do. By the way, like a lot of stuff I do, the reason why I push so hard on self development, self improvement, is just because of this need to be seen. I'll be honest, right? And I guess it was just like people didn't see me as someone important. They just kind of brushed me off. I mentioned this before, but because I had this belief in mind that people are like this towards me, this belief turned into another belief, which is like I have this belief of taking revenge, or I have this belief of literally proving people wrong. Like I want to do that. Like that's something that powers me. That's something that gives me fire inside of me. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but yeah, bro. Like it's pretty deep. And beliefs could, like this belief you hold about yourself could relate into the actions that you're gonna do. None of this manifestation, not manifesting, whatever, this manifestation BS. You know, some of the, bro, I see like videos of Muslim sisters that are like, or Muslimas, you can say. They're like posting like, oh, this manifestation dua help me make $1 trillion. Like, what are you doing? No, bro, stop this manifesting. This is putting you towards shirk, bro. And there, yeah, I see it. Even men, even the Muslim brothers, they're like, oh, this manifesting dua. And then they have like a weird thumbnail with some like satanic logos. I don't know. You probably saw some people. I'm like, what are you, guys, what is this manifestation dua? Like, if oh, this dua is gonna help you change your reality. Like, shut up. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? It's pretty crazy. Like, I remember this one sister that got super famous because she's like, oh yeah, I didn't watch the video, but brother Fayyad Fitz made a video about her a long time ago, and he was just like debunking what she was saying. I'm like, yeah, that's crazy, bro. Manifestation, like, no, I'm not saying that manifestation is. People think, oh, I'm gonna manifest something. They think that they have the power to manifest something. They think that, oh, if I think about $1 million, I'll have $1 million. Literally, when I was doing my business, right before, I had a business where the business was helping social media Instagram creators like grow on social media. That was my business before, right? And in that business, I would find like random Instagram pages and like coaches, and I would like provide them marketing services, or I would at least like ask them, can I work with you or something, you know? And then this was before I was a good Muslim. This I approached a woman, obviously. Like this is before I was a good Muslim, right? And I was like, "Oh, I want to work with. I mean, she seems like she has money, so like I'm gonna go DM this chick. So like I DM'd this woman. I'm like, can I work with you? Actually, no. I think before I DM'd it, she was a manifestation coach. I don't think I actually DM'd her. No, I don't think I DM'd her. But alhamdulillah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna check. But like, she was a manifestation coach, and I was just like intrigued. I'm like, what is that? So I started going through some of the posts, some of the pictures, and literally, she was like, how I manifest myself into like $10,000. I'm like, what? Like, yeah, I made $10,000. So she had an entire course telling people that if that teaching people, I guess, teaching people that you can manifest yourself into money. She's like, yeah, and oh my god, there's this post over like in some weird like, I don't know, I don't say party, but like with a bunch of friends. She's like, yeah, I manifested myself this lifestyle. And she was like dancing, like, yeah, and she was like I still remember it. She was like dancing. She's like, and she was putting on the title. I was like, yeah, this is the lifestyle I manifested. I'm like, no, you didn't manifest this, bro. Anyways, I'm ranting about manifestation. I don't know why. It just this thing pisses me off. I hate this crap. I hate this stuff that's happening in the ummah about this manifestation, like this weird like spirituality stuff that's happening. I don't know, bro. Anyways, going back to topic, beliefs. You automatically dismiss yourself, and that's freaking sad. You're automatically dismissing yourself when you do a certain thing. When you before you go do your tests, just know that you're automatically dismissing yourself. You're like, oh, man, I'm not gonna do good on this test. Nah, bro, I'm not gonna do this. Math is so hard. You're literally dismissing yourself like crazy, like crazy, like crazy. That's like you going for a boxing match. I know boxing's haram. I know the haram police are gonna go comment after. Boxing is haram. I know, bro, it's haram. But like, like let's say you're going for a boxing match, right? And no, like you have a big match coming up, and before the match, you just eat a bunch of burgers and a bunch of pizzas. That's what you do before you go do your test. That's what you do before you go do anything. When you're at the gym, you're like, man, I feel so small. Yeah, obviously you feel small. It's duh, duh. So like, this is what I'm trying to say, right? You limit yourself so much, which is why you don't do what you do, which is why like, ah, meditation, no, meditation, whatever. I'm just using the example because people use it in self improvement. Meditation doesn't work for me, or like they'll say, oh, reading books, who needs to read books, all of this stuff. You hold these beliefs about yourself because of the fact that you were a crap reader growing up, because of the fact that you did bad on every single math test growing up, because of the fact that you weren't good at sports growing up, and you weren't good at anything but games growing up, which is why you feel so confident when it comes to games, but you feel not confident in everything else. I said it, bro. This is why. Because the way beliefs are formed, the way beliefs are made, is that like you have a certain life experience that keeps happening, which becomes a generalization, right? This author was saying that it becomes a generalization, meaning that it becomes normal to you. Let's say I keep doing bad on my math test. Well, I'm gonna think I'm bad at math, and that's a belief now. Because I, but the reason why I think I'm bad at math is because of the fact that there are a bunch of proof, a bunch of evidence, right? I call it dalil. In Islam, you have dalil, right? It's like evidence, like evidence for why such and such, right? So you have a certain evidence that is showing you why you're bad at math. You might be bad at something else. You might be bad at, I don't know, uh, anything that you have a low expectation in. Oh, math test. I'm so bad at math. Yeah, obviously. I mean, you can see your math test, but the issue is because you think you're bad at math, is that's also why you don't engage in math. That's also why you don't want to learn math. That's also why you don't want to get better at math. Why? Because you think you're bad at math and you think that you're not meant to do math. How was someone born meant to not do math? I had a friend, and he was a colleague of mine in university, and he kept telling me, yo, can you like go up to one of the Asian guys because the Asian guys are so smart. Like I'm like, why? What does that have to do with being Asian? Like anyone could be smart, but he's like, no, 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 but the Asian guys are smart. I'm like, well, you can be smart too. He's like, no, no, but like the Asian guys. I'm like, the Asian guys, the Asian guys, the Asian guys. Maybe maybe the Asian guys hold a belief, maybe Asian culture hold a belief that they're naturally smarter because of getting good records. Again, life proof. They had proof of their concept. They had proof of the fact that Asian people tend to get better math tests, okay, throughout history, because maybe they just got good at it, maybe they practiced it, and then since they were getting the good marks, since it was a cultural norm to take school seriously in Asia, right? So majority of the students got good marks, meaning that now it is represented the entire culture. It became a norm in Asian, Chinese, Japanese, Korean culture to be really good at math, which again, it's another catastrophic event because now when the entire culture thinks it's good at math, they hold a belief that, oh, like it's normal to be good at math, if that makes sense, right? Like when the children are born and they see most people are good at math, they would naturally think that I'm going to be good at math because it's a belief that my culture holds. But when you are not good at math, obviously you're going to think I'm bad at math. So it's not about being Asian, it's not about being Indian. I'm brown and I wasn't the best at math. Now, in fact, I was good at math when I was living back home in Bangladesh. I was good at math. I was one, even though I was young, I was like, I did school there for like a couple years. Like, I left there when I was 8, right? Yeah, well, I left there when I was 8, turning 9. Like, so you can, a long time ago, bro. Damn. So like, you can see like that was a long time ago. I was gonna count like whatever. So what am I gonna say? Oh yeah, so I'm gonna say. So I was good at math when I was in Bangladesh. I was very good. Even though like I'm gonna be honest here, the people that lived in Bangladesh or India, you're gonna realize the math there for young kids is not the same as the math here for young kids. Young kids, math here for young kids is like learning ABCs, bro. Like especially what I mean by here, I mean the West. The West, where they're literally learning ABCs. When I'm talking about over there, like the kids are going through some stuff, man. I used to study like a lot. Now it was a cultural norm to study a lot. It was a regular practice to study a lot in our culture because we expect a good mark. We have a belief that we're just we have a belief that we're studiers. Excuse me. So we just ended up studying. The same thing with other people now. Now we're in Canada, we're in USA, and the kids are brought up as, let's be honest, retards. Like, and the kids are brought up with zero discipline, zero values. All they seek is comfort, and then they wonder why I'm so bad at math. Maybe because you don't work hard. Not you specifically. I'm talking about the kids that are being brought up, right? Maybe because you don't study. Maybe because you play video games and Minecraft instead. So belief systems are so important. Now the issue is you disqualify yourself before you even do something. Every single time you say, "Oh, I'm never gonna lose weight," or "I'm never gonna do this," or like, even it doesn't have to be that extreme. It could be just like, "I don't know, man. Uh, I don't know. I'm not good at this." Stuff like this, it just reinforces your identity. The more you believe something, right? The more you believe something, and the more you say it, reinforces it and makes it stronger. So how do you get rid of a belief? Well, you have to look at, and this is what this author was saying, that every single belief, imagine a tabletop, right? Imagine a table like this, right? Imagine this table, right? Now imagine if this table didn't have any legs. And this, so if it didn't have any legs, what's gonna happen? The table can't stand, like it's just gonna fall down because there's no legs to support the table. So in that same way, for example, here, right, you see a table. Imagine it didn't have any legs. I mean, the table would literally fall, right? Like everything would fall. So a belief is like that. A belief is like a table with legs. The stronger the legs, the more stronger the belief. So how strong are your beliefs? I mean, look at the legs. And what are the legs? The legs are the life experiences. The legs are the things that you went through. For example, if you kept doing bad at math, those are the legs which hold the belief of the fact that I'm bad at math. So what you have to do instead? Well, you have to stop living. You have to stop living like a loser. I'm sorry to be rude to you, but I care about you. You have to stop living like a loser. You have to stop living like someone who's frankly a loser. Like, this is how I do it. Like, you have to live in a life where you're not constantly consuming short form brain rot. You have to be living a life where you're not constantly consuming instant gratification. And you have to rather delay the gratification. You have to live in a way where you're focused on purpose. You're focused on the good habits, the delayed habits in life. What I mean by this, I mean the fact that most of your life, most of the beliefs that you have, for example, I'm bad at math, I'm bad at this, I'm bad at this. What was the reason why you're bad at this? Because you're doing stuff like playing video games for most of the time, or watching videos for most of the time, or eating this for most of the time, which hold the belief that you're ugly. For example, if you're fat and you think you're ugly, maybe because you've been eating. So the things that you have, things you hold, are from the lifestyle choices that you created, such as this. So what you must do is choose to live another lifestyle, another person who doesn't live like that. If that makes sense. You have to choose to live a lifestyle that is actually making you grow. You have to choose to live a lifestyle that you find fulfilling. Right now, you're not finding your life fulfilling. Right now, you're there sitting at your desk, or sitting or at your bed, or lying down at your bed wondering how you can fix your life. Maybe you just relapse on this haram videos. Maybe you just ate a bunch of food that you know you shouldn't have eaten. Maybe you just ate a bunch of sugar. Maybe you just ate a whole tub of ice cream like myself. I used to do. Maybe you just got your test back and it's bad. Maybe now you have to look at your life and see how you've been living and choose to live a life which destroy these beliefs. What's the opposite of doing bad? Fulfilling. I'm sorry, what's the opposite of doing bad? Doing good, which means to live a fulfilling life. How do you become fulfilled? By becoming closer to Allah, because that's our purpose. But how do you do that? Because we hear a lot of like imams and a lot of, and may Allah bless these imams, but they say like, oh yeah, you need to get close to Allah. I'm like, how? Give me reasons. I'm not saying that I'm knowledgeable in Islam at all, but how do you become close to Allah? By constantly serving Him, by constantly growing in Islam. Fulfillment comes from growing. You feel fulfilled when you're growing, when you're seeing yourself grow every single day. When you've been going to the gym for 4 months and you see at the gym that your muscles are bigger, you're gonna feel fulfilled. Fulfillment comes from deep inner nourishment. It comes from seeing yourself grow. It comes from seeing yourself choose to live a better life than you are right now. If something is not fulfilling, which most of our lives are, then we must live a more fulfilling life. How do you do that? By getting rid of the bad habits that make it unfulfilling in the first place. Okay, by getting rid of the bad habits that are unfulfilling in the first place. If you can't focus in school, if you can't do the hard work, maybe because you're so used to video games and easy dopamine that when it comes to doing something hard, you're not used to it, right? This is way better lighting here, right? So now you have to choose to live another life, which is what? Removing these bad habits that make you weak, that keep you down there, that keep you weak, that keep you like that keep you from yourself, helping yourself. You have to stop living that life and choose to live a life that's helping you win. All right? Think of it. Think about this, bro. Because it's a very important topic. It's a very, very important topic. All right. I love you for the sake of Allah. I'll see you in the next video. I'll make a video which like a lot more like not edited, but a lot more like more higher quality. Okay, I know I've been making some low quality videos, and I know there's like 20K people that are subscribed to this. I know people expect higher quality videos, but honestly, I'm doing some other stuff. But I just want to make this video because I read something just now, and I want to share this with you. So, anyways, this is a very important topic. Okay, as you continuously grow, just to end it off, as you continuously grow and to live like the better version of yourself, and to stop living like a loser but choosing to live like your excellent, like your best self, meaning like you don't do any of the stuff that kept you down there, like that kept you weak, like the bad habits, right? The moment you choose to live like someone else, you're gonna automatically be more confident the next time you do your math test, the next time you do this. Why? Because you're not choosing to live like a loser. You're seeing yourself grow, and you're gonna choose to live like someone up here, a high standard individual, a high aspiring Muslim, a Muslim that's constantly improving himself. That's much different to like down here, the loser that just kept scrolling, the depressed person that we were. So remember that. Other than that, I love you, and I'll see you very soon. Assalamu alaikum.